8 out of 10 Cats, Hungry Gent, Vic Reeves. The sky's the limit, Eamonn Holmes. And their captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, the one and only Joan Rivers. Dancing on ice, it's Holly Willoughby. And their captain, Dave Spikey. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, last year British women spent £280 million removing unwanted body hair? Surely it'd be cheaper and easier just to move to Germany. Women blink almost twice as much as men. Brilliant. Think of the stuff we can get away with. And 54% of taxi drivers think we shouldn't join the euro. We didn't conduct a survey, they just told us that. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Dave's team, what have the nation been talking about?
It's the World Cup, we think.
Yeah, yes.
I think the final will probably largely be remembered for the antics of the French captain, Zinedine Zidane, who was going to quit at the end of the game anyway, but decided to take early retirement.
Yeah.
He nutted this guy in the chest. And the clip they always show is when he walks off, desolate, taking some bandage off, he walks past the World Cup, doesn't he? Which is like, there on a plinth. Right. And I thought it would have been really, really funny if he'd walked off like that and went, I'm having that and all. Because who's going to get it back off him? You go and get it. I'm not getting it off him. And they reckon that he said that the guy, Materazzi, said that he's accused his mother, said his mother was a terrorist whore.
Oh, so what? Any woman over 50 goes, thank you for thinking that. If he had said your mother's an old ugly pig in a big burqa, you'd go, how fucking dare you? But your mother's an old whore, well, thanks.
Sorry, you think being called a whore is a compliment?
If you don't have a tampon in your purse, you're glad someone thinks of you sexually. Absolutely.
What is a terrorist whore? How does that work?
A terrorist whore is a woman who's sexy but heavy around the middle because she's wearing a bomb.
Right.
So
I think the other thing, an important point to make about the World Cup, one of the reasons that the Italians won, they were a very fresh team. They had lots of energy compared to other teams. And that's because Italian football is, well, we all know it's fixed. So technically, they haven't played a competitive match all season, those players. The whole season they've been playing games where they just kick off, knock it about a bit. Time for the penalty? Yeah, go on, over you go.
Joan, are you a football fan? Do you understand soccer?
I don't understand. I'm Jewish. We don't play sports, we sell you the equipment. I mean, it's just...
The saddest thing I saw the whole World Cup was after England went out, I went into a supermarket and on special offer they had half-price England World Cup celebration cakes. Who, in their right mind, if England won the World Cup, would go, hooray! England! There's just cake spraying everywhere. Everyone's going,
Should we have a look and see whether the World Cup and Zinedine Zidane is one of the most talked about things this week? Yes, of course it is, the number one talking point. Yes, Zinedine Zidane headbutted an Italian player who accused his mother of being a terrorist whore. Zidane was brought up single-handedly by his mother, who had to work 2 jobs. She was a terrorist and a whore. Obviously, we don't mean that. Sean, Eamonn and Vic, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
David Cameron's got another attention-grabbing headline scheme idea where we should apparently understand teenage hood-wearing characters.
He wants to cuddle them in the park, doesn't he?
I think he thinks things through. Because teenagers, the last thing they want is cuddles, isn't it? Wait, what's he got planned for goths? Because they don't want to be cuddled.
For goths. When I see a goth, I don't see a goth. I don't see an individual goth. I see 2 disappointed parents. They're thinking he used to be such a lovely boy, now he looks like a slutty girl. Joan, are people wearing hoodies a problem in the States?
I don't know. At my age, when I see someone coming at me with a hood, I run because I figure it's the Grim Reaper. So I'm just...
Did he say he formed his opinions after watching that film Kidulthood?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So is his Criminal Justice Act's going to be based on what, Police Academy 6?
Holly, any thoughts on hoodies? Do you like them?
I don't think I want to hug one. They might nick my wallet while I'm giving them a cuddle.
I'll be honest, I think if they get a hug from you, they will have other things on their mind.
Even more reason not to.
I don't think they'll be thinking about that. I think the blood might be somewhere else.
He just comes out with stupid statements all the time. Nobody'd be surprised if he said something like, I've got an idea, elastic houses. You know, it's small if there's only two of you, but if you've got some people around, you just stretch it out. There we go, elastic houses. There we go.
That's a good idea. Moon harnesses.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It just could work. Throw a harness over the moon, two handles, pull it near. It comes nearer and nearer and nearer. We get more gravity and begin to float. It makes sense.
You're a one-man think tank.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's have a look and see whether Cameron's campaign for hoodies is one of the top 5 most talked about things.
But it is.
The Sun has launched a campaign to hug a hoodie, or, in other words, restrain them until the police arrive. OK, Dave, Joan and Holly, what else have the nation been talking about?
Artificial sperm.
Artificial sperm.
Men won't be needed anymore.
Yes, they will, until a petri dish can buy you a diamond bracelet. They will still be needed. But
You romantic, you.
No, but it upset me terribly because I belong to Overeaters Anonymous, and sperm is 450 calories a swallow. So if they're going to find this new sperm, make it no-cal sperm.
Sperm light.
Sperm light.
Sperm light.
It makes such sense. Think about it. You know, you're dieting all day, and then you go,
Think very carefully before they make men redundant, because there are consequences. Who's going to bring the bins out?
It's very true.
The summer's going to be ruined. Who's going to do the barbecue?
I think it's the little things they miss, like, who's going to put all the ships in the bottles?
Yeah.
I reckon in 6 months they'll all be living in caves.
They'll be tidy, though.
Yeah.
OK, let's have a look and see if it's up there. Yes, it is. Yes, this week, fertility scientists have produced mice using artificial sperm. There were worries in the tabloid press that the artificial creation of sperm will make men redundant. Fortunately, the sperm are kept in jam jars, so you'll need a man to get the lid off. OK, over to you, Sean.
I think that cash for peerages, that's bound to be there. That Lord Levy.
He's actually... He's a lord, and he's been accused of selling cash for peerages and raising money for the Labour Party, and he's been arrested. And Tony Blair may be questioned by police, maybe taken down a police station.
Do you know anything about this at all, Joan?
very little. I just know that Tony Blair was upset and he head-butted Lord Levy. That's all I heard. But I believe in that. I think if you can get to be... Look at Dame Edna. I mean, it suddenly brings to light a lot of people. You say, how?
Dame Edna.
Dame Edna.
Dame Edna is one of the examples you're bringing in here.
Lord Snooty.
Yes. Yeah. Count Duckula. How did he get his title?
There's your answer.
There's something gone on there.
Joan, seriously, would you be interested in being a Lord of the Realm?
In a second, because I could slap servants so easily. I look at Naomi Campbell, she is my idol now. She just goes around slapping, to slap someone that's on your level, they'll hit you back, But Naomi Campbell just says, you stupid bitch, whap, whap, whap. Now bring my tea. And they do. And I just think that's fabulous.
Should we have a look and see whether Lord Levy is up there?
Yeah, I think we've tackled the subject in depth, Jimmy.
All right.
Fingers on buzzers, one more to get. What else has the nation been talking about?
Is it? Well, they're going to build loads of nuclear power stations to cater for our energy demands in the future. But people say they're not safe.
Well, I interviewed the industry secretary during the week, Alistair Darling, and the whole question of safety, there's a lot of concern about that, and he said it's not a problem, that he would give it 3 thumbs up. Well, I think they should consult the people of Sellafield.
Well, I went beachcombing near Sellafield, and there's a crab with paws. And actually had furry paws, and he was licking his lips.
Where is this beach?
It's near Morecambe. It's the only place you can have a paddle and get your feet x-rayed at the same time.
I just can't imagine anyone who would want to live next to a nuclear power station. Where are they going to put them? There's just going to be such an uproar about it.
On the moon.
Once they use the
It's your
moon.
solution to everything, isn't
Of
it?
course it is. It's a big redundant ball of shite.
But there's no solution to so far to the energy crisis. One of the solutions has been put forward. David Cameron's put a windmill on his house, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's what it does. It doesn't power any electricity. It powers his crackpot ideas machine. He's got in his kitchen, it's just whirring away. Like, it comes out, hug a hoodie. Oh, brilliant. Money trees, wow.
The thing is, as well, it's like they go, oh, yeah, we can't just burn fossil fuels because, you know, our children and our children's children. Is it just me that thinks, fuck 'em? Not bothered. Right, let's have a look and see whether nuclear power is one of the top 5 most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. Yes, the government have given a go-ahead for a new wave of nuclear power stations to be built in the UK. They should also build wind farms next to them. That way, when it all goes wrong, the fallout will be blown towards France. At the end of that round, I can tell you Sean's team have 3 points, Dave's team have 2 points. The next round is called The Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information, so it's up to our panellists to fill in the gaps. Here is your first one. 50% of Brits think what is a good way to protect your home?
Pebble dash it. Everyone thinks you're skint. Just have a few porcelain animals in there, a clock with Elvis on it or something like that. You just have shit in your house.
I've got a clock with Elvis on it. What's wrong with that?
Because it's usually a mirror as well, and I don't like it when you got the mirror. You obviously like Elvis. Well, you look a bit like him. Well, it makes sense because you're him, and you're like a double.
Joan, any thoughts on how to protect your home?
Just look weird.
OK, Joan.
They'll cross the street to avoid your house. Come on in, little boy. Would you like a cookie? That'll do it.
How would you protect your house, Vic?
Well, I suppose it's a portcullis.
It involves getting together with a group of people.
Neighbourhood watch.
Correct answer. Well done, Eamonn Holmes. Yes, 50% of Brits think joining Neighbourhood Watch is a good way to protect your home. There's a thin line between Neighbourhood Watch and being a peeping Tom. I've reported several things to the police, like the shocking lack of foreplay at number 47. OK, next question. 13% of what say their job puts people off dating them?
Is it paper boys?
Paper boys? I don't think it'd stop Joan.
Come in, little baby.
Vic, any thoughts? What job would not attract you to someone?
I expect it's lepers.
A hangman. A hangman would be horrible. Somebody has to do it.
I'll give you a clue.
Is it an evil dentist?
Yes, it is.
We want the points, Vic.
I'm going to have to tell you what this is. 13% of teachers say their job puts people off dating them. I suppose it's hard to find the time to meet people when you don't finish work till 3:30 in the afternoon. So at the end of that round, it's 5 points for Sean's team and 2 points to Dave's team. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Dave, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
There are many modern cults, but only transcendental meditation will teach you to fly.
It's literally doing this and getting up and doing it. An athlete would obviously be able to get further. The lighter you are to the relationship of the power in your legs, the further you will get.
Yogic flying, then. Here is your related statistic. 36% of Brits think that New Age therapies are utter nonsense. Do you think that's true or false?
I was very skeptical, and then I wasn't feeling well, and they said, try one of those organic coffee enemas. And it worked like $1 million. They threw me out of Starbucks. I can never go back.
But I went to Hong Kong and when I was really ill, and I went to a traditional herbalist Chinese shop, and I went in and trying to communicate. I did that stupid thing that we do, and I went, me sore, sore, shiver. I don't know why shiver. You have anything for me? He went, night nurse. No.
See, I recently got attuned in Reiki.
Oh, that's channeling.
It's kind of like a healing energy that you are the channel for. And it's really weird because I think it really works.
Sorry, do you want to buy some magic beans?
You can do Reiki as well, can't you?
I used to be a hippie. I've moved on.
What's that? What's that? But Jimmy does Reiki? You make her.
Quite right.
What did she look like that was doing the Reiki?
What did she look like?
Yeah, it was like this gorgeous girl doing Reiki over you. Or was like, I think that makes a big difference with a man. If we were both Reiki instructors, who would make you guys feel better? Come on, shut your eyes. Come on, Holly. Shut your eyes so you won't know who does which first. Now, one of us is going on one side, one of us is going to get on the other side.
Right, you're going to what, heal me?
Which side felt better?
I think the left-hand side felt like it would be slightly more expensive. And the right-hand side felt like if you're on a budget in a hurry, why not? Which side was which?
I was the budget in a hurry. Thanks.
I wish it had gone further, but you were probably thinking of the calories, weren't you? 36% of Brits think New Age therapies are utter nonsense. True or false?
36%. I'd say that's true.
I can tell you the answer is true. Yes, 36% of Brits think New Age therapies are utter nonsense. It's sad that they're so cynical, but it's probably just because their chakras are closed. Sean, Vic and Eamonn, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
You may have met a few people who like doing this sort of thing. Nuisance, I agree, but pretty hard. You have certainly seen thousands like this. They're not a nuisance. They're a real danger. Stop it! Come here. What do you think you're up to? You've probably infected thousands of people already. What do you think this is for? Close your eyes. Now, handkerchief, sneeze. Handkerchief, sneeze. See what I mean? That's the idea.
Well, that was a public information film about sneezing etiquette. Here is your related statistic. 71% of people say that British manners are worse than they've ever been. True or false?
Piss off. I tell you what really upsets me is minicab drivers. You phone up for a minicab to come to your house and they hoot the horn outside your house. They don't come and knock.
Yeah.
They hoot your horn.
Yeah.
And suddenly I just feel like I'm his girlfriend or something. I imagine he's sitting there in his car like... And I'm thinking, don't hoot, come and get me.
People who knock on the door once.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think... Oh, do you like that?
Yeah, I can't.
Who does that?
Minicab drivers.
Do they?
If they're not just outside honking the horn, they come in and go... And you go, what is that? There's a pan falling off the
Joan, do you think we've got better manners than the Americans?
Oh, I think so. Once in the last 21 years, a man opened a car door for me. Once. And we were on the motorway at the time. Had it with you, bitch.
71% of people say that British manners are worse than they've ever been. Do you think that's true or false?
Is it true?
I can tell you that the answer is true. Yes, 71% of Brits think that manners have never been worse. The other day, I stood up for a pregnant woman on the bus. Well, I wasn't going to fight her sitting down. So at the end of that round, it's 6 points for Sean's team and 3 points for Dave's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Most depressing thing about getting old?
Why me? I think it's that you start to lose your memory and Alzheimer's. Have I told you this already? Did you remember that?
I was at a family do a while ago, and I was in the bathroom, shut the bathroom door and went, what the fuck? What am I doing in here? I don't think I want the toilet. Do I want the toilet? No, I don't want the toilet. Maybe I'm washing my hands. Maybe I've something in my teeth. No idea. And what they say is go back to the place you set off from. So back in the lounge, there you go, straight away. Uncle's having an heart attack. I've gone for his tablets.
It's also very easy getting down, but it's very hard getting up.
Right.
Which is why Clinton never slept with a girl over 30, because she couldn't get out in time, you know. She'd be like, down there, here comes Hillary, I'm getting That would be bad.
The most depressing thing about getting older?
Tutting at things. I tutted at a squirrel the other day.
What had the squirrel done?
He tried to make a leap from, like, it was really silly. He was never going to do it. There was 2 trees, and the branches were so far apart. And he went up there, and I thought, he's not going to try and do that, is he? And he tried it, and went...
No one's got the right answer yet.
Is it dying?
Is it dying?
Yeah.
Look at your teammates and reconsider that answer.
What about sex?
All right.
Is it illness?
That's the correct answer.
Is it?
Most annoying thing about supermarkets?
Is it the veg on entry? Never understood that. Why do they put the vegetables, all the vegetables and the fruit, first you go in? You haven't bought your meat or your fish yet, so you don't know what you're going to have with it, do you? You kind of have to guess what meat they might have, buy the appropriate vegetables to suit that meal that you don't even know you're going to have yet. You just got to just dream, hope, for God's sake, they've got chops. Because I've bought potatoes and I've bought some broccoli, and that goes with chops. If you've got no chops, I've got to go all the way back there.
That's word for word.
Yeah.
Eamonn, do you ever go to supermarkets anymore?
Of course I do.
You open them?
Yeah, every morning at 6. Queues.
That is the correct answer, Sean.
I
I'll tell you who I blame for the queues at supermarkets. Girls allowed. Yeah, there's a Morrison somewhere, 5 checkout girls short. Well, that tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Vic and Eamonn have 8 points, Dave, Joan and Holly have 4 points, so Sean's team are the winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. We'll see you next month for our Big Brother special. Until then, good night.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr, and that was an old clip of me. That happened in the past when I was funny. I'm still funny now. Come and see me live on tour. Join in. IRL. Yeah, kids.